Yes, I think I'd like to start just by saying that we did achieve 2 early stage discoveries last year on our 2 flagships in BC. We didn't hit it out of the park, but we think we can, or at least stand a really good chance of doing it on the next phase of work, which is approaching. And yes, we just announced we've added a new epithermal, high-grade epithermal project in Nevada in the Walker Lane, which is positively exciting. I'll walk you through all three. Essentially, there are gold zones on all three of these properties now, demonstrated with the drill, that we believe stand a very high likelihood of delivering market-making news in the forthcoming season. You've all seen the forward-looking statements, so we'll move right along slide 3. I think we've got a tight little capital structure as a company. We're fairly new, of course. We just did our IPO late in 2019. We've certainly got sound management, and we have achieved some major discoveries before, most recently the saddle discovery for GT Gold, which is pushing probably 20 million ounces gold equivalent now. And we've got flagship properties, as I mentioned, that have gold zones that we really believe we can expand in the next phase of work. So the new seasonal up cycle is beginning. We obviously had a significant correction in the share price. We are really well positioned right now, still above our IPO price, well down from our highs last season. And I personally just put in another $120,000, which says something about how I feel for the prospects ahead this year. This is where our key flagship properties are located: British Columbia, Golden Triangle, Snowball, and Golden Line to the east. We have a couple of other BC projects, Holy Cross and Spanish, lower priority. Slide 5, you can see on the left the Golden Triangle. We're right in the heart of it, not far from Highway 37 with Snowball. And over there in the right is Golden Line, north of Benchmark's major lawyers project that Eric Sprott put a lot of money into. Both are in the Stikine terrain, so they're linked by what's becoming known now as the Golden Horseshoe, which you see in the background there. I'll walk you through Snowball first quickly. What you're looking at here in slide 6 is a shot of Pyramid Peak, and that's really where we spent all of last summer drilling. A single drill pad up there. We couldn't really tell where the structures or the orientation of the structures that were carrying the gold and silver. It's a very strong geochemical anomaly that we developed ourselves over the years and drilled. Long and short of it is, we did deliver a brand new high-grade gold-silver vein system discovery here, and we believe we're right on the top of it. These are some of the results that we delivered. Slide 7, narrow intercepts, 20 grams of gold, sometimes longer intercepts. We had intercepts up to 6 meters, sort of 9 meters here. These were not grades that drove us to the moon, but they're indicative of what we believe is the top of the system. This is what some of the material looked like in core, a lot of arsenopyrite, pyrrhotite, some pyrite, quartz carbonate vein system. We found a lot of this material on surface too. These are very high-grade float boulders, which are basically in place. And some very high grades that you can see in the table on the left, highs of over 80 grams of gold and hundreds of grams per ton of silver as well. So I think the key thing here with Snowball is really we think we're on the top of the system, given we're literally on the top of the mountain. We did a lot of mapping and sampling geochemistry in September. These results haven't even been released yet because we don't have them, but we expect it's going to demonstrate that we've put our finger on a very strong arsenopyrite-rich, gold-rich target, which is just beyond where we drilled last year. We think we can hit it in the next drill program, and we'll be focusing on it. But basically, if you like high-grade gold silver systems, that's what we believe we have the start of here at Snowball. This is where we'll target, slide 11, the ellipse outlined with the red dashed line there. This is carrying very high, very strong arsenopyrite-rich boulders and outcrop that we've dug out of the hillside here. Most of our drilling last year was oriented roughly like these white dashed line. So that's Snowball, an early stage discovery. The next project is Golden Line over on the right. Golden Line, we focused most of our work last summer on what we're calling GL1 Main. This was a target area drilled by Newmont way back when, actually in 1984 thereabouts. And long and short of it there is, we've demonstrated with the drilling that we've got a very broad, low-grade zone right on surface. You can see some of the numbers associated with it there. 50, 70, 60, 70 meters, always running sort of between 0.5 and upwards of a gram of gold per ton. And I think what's really exciting about Golden Line, GL1 Main, it is an epithermal system, but we think it's potentially way better just below where we've drilled. And this slide 15 really emphasizes that. We think the juice is just below, and the reason we think that is this, slide 16. We did a lot of geophysics, IP this is. On the left, you can see resistivity, on the right, chargeability. It's the same section. You can see where our initial drilling took place. We think the real target is lurking there below us, 100 to 150 meters down. The intensity of that target is rather similar to what we had at Saddle North, which led to that major discovery there. So the point is, it's early stage, but we've demonstrated gold, silver, epithermal style, broad intercepts, 500 meters in length, the zone, and wide open. So we're going to hit that with our next phase of drilling coming this summer. The third property I really want to emphasize here is Rockland, which we just picked up. Rockland really has a very robust gold, silver, epithermal vein system, and it's in an area of Nevada that's well known for it. It seems to be carrying at Rockland attributes similar to several other high-grade former and current past producers in the state rather. Again, we have a very large zone at Rockland East that's been drilled. It's about 800 meters in length, and we believe it reflects the top of a high-grade system which is completely open below. This is where it's located. It's southwest of Yarrington, Pumpkin Hollow, some of you may know of. This trend is developing rapidly with plays Bullfrog Gold, Anglo Gold, Blackrock, and others in this trend. It's really a high-grade epithermal trend, structural trend. Some of the historical intercepts, and it has had work by BHP and others in the past, gives you an idea why we got excited. 182 meters of 0.4, 109 meters of almost a gram, as well as high grades within those broad intercepts. At Rockland East, we have this drill demonstrated gold zone, roughly 800 meters long, which you can see in plan view. It is wide open. We believe the geochemistry, which is enhanced arsenopyrite, is an arsenic and trace element, enhanced trace elements there that lead us to believe we've got much better potentially below. This is a section here through Rockland East. That's it, section AA on slide 20. Slide 21. That is several hundred meters in approximate diameter. It's carrying long intercepts, 120 feet of almost 2 grams here, encompassing high-grade gold-bearing and silver-bearing structures, veins, which are surrounded typically by breccia zones. And this is a leapfrog image of the same zone. It's quite substantial. And again, we think it may be just the halo above the boiling zone proper. It's never been drilled below it, and we're going to be doing that. This is a panoramic view of Rockland East. And at Rockland Mine, which is the western side of the property, this is just a plan view showing you some of the very high-grade material that BHP sampled within the old adits. All of these are PPB. It was a high-grade mine. We think Rockland Mine proper was lower level in the system. Rockland East, most of the system is preserved. So we expect the high-grade part of it is there below the broad leapfrog model zone at Rockland East. This is Rockland Mine again. Impressively broad intercepts, 195 feet of over a gram here. These are structural zones, veins, with stockwork around them. So we're not just talking narrow little high-grade veins. We're talking narrow high grades, moderate high grades, and really broad low grades there too. So next steps, we are really focused now on pulling it all together. We're busy gathering in the data for Rockland. We're going to be modeling there, doing a systematic program with geophysics, geochemistry, preparatory to drilling, probably next winter. Rockland's really complementary to Golden Line and Snowball because we can work it year-round, but the primary reason we picked it up is we think it could deliver quite exciting results for us in the near term. Snowball, Golden Line, we think we could really knock those two out of the park this summer. Just briefly on the capital structure, the company has not got 100 million shares out. We've got about 48 million fully diluted. Where we are weak presently is in the cash department. We will be raising money. People can buy us open market, or it's no mystery, we will raise money sometime in the next quarter, and we will do what we have to do to really advance these properties and advance them rapidly this summer. Insiders, I might add, own about 25% of the company, and as I mentioned, I just put in more, and I've put in probably $500,000 of my own money to date. The participants, the management, the officers and directors are well known. I'm a geologist. Most of us are geologists, or in the case of our directors, geophysical people like Alex Walcott, well known. Charlie Gregg down here at the bottom, very well known in the BC community. Darwin, who heads up High Gold. And Rosie Moore, of course. Rosie did a lot of work on the early Voisey's Bay discovery. And so we have a really good team, and we're focused on adding value. And by that, I mean really offering our shareholders a capital gains opportunity in the forthcoming season. They won't have to wait for long. So that's really all I have to say about it, other than if you're looking for an early stage play that has drill demonstrated gold zones on all three of our now flagship properties, and where we believe if you study what we've publicly released, I think you can get very excited by the prospects for the next round of work on all three of these properties. So buy some stock. That's what I'm saying. Thanks very much.